Transition on Atlantic Television Network. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has urged elders of the state to join his administration to salvage the souls of the state, especially well-meaning persons who are standing firmly with him to widen the force of unity to serve it. Fubara, who disclosed this in a remark at the country home of a former governor of the state, Celestine Omea, in Obema Community, Kwere local government area of Rivers State, emphasized the importance of unity and determination among those who truly care about the well-being of Rivers State. The governor decried the evil of politics and bitterness and telling danger it has on the progress of the state, which according to him should be discouraged as the bad political culture in the contemporary times, adding that bitterness will not take the state anywhere. On his part, Omea expressed to the governor the importance of receiving support and prayers from the people in order to achieve success, adding that having a strong connection with God is crucial as it leads to being in a majority, and offering of prayers by leaders of the Kwere Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers for the governor and his administration, as well as the symbolic presentation of gifts to Governor Fubara in appreciation of his peaceful disposition and quality leadership of the state. Public affairs analyst has blamed the LMA tanker's explosion on poor route control and stress on the need for proper and adequate road control management in the course of road construction across the state. Speaking on Atlantic Television Sunday, a public affairs analyst, John Idomage, said the LMA tanker explosion was high in damage as a result of poor road management in the course of the road construction.
Very common in Nigeria. And while you cannot attribute it to one factor alone, there are a lot of factors that are responsible for that. Now, this ring road that is being constructed, one would have thought that by now, in those busy areas, government will provide a way for this these small vehicles to have access to the other road. Here at Romekene area, some time ago, now the situation is better now. They were also facing a traffic gridlock where you have to go there and wait for a period of maybe 10, 15 minutes before you can access a University of Port Harcourt and so on. So,
Meanwhile, Johnny Dominguez urged motorists and other road users to beware of the truck drivers as they are mostly on drugs and other illicit substances.
Especially tankers that are loaded with PMS or AGO. It's very important. We need to be careful with them. And number two, we need to check the drivers. Most of the drivers driving those trucks, those heavy, long vehicles, most of them are high on drugs. So many of them chew a lot of kola nut. Kola nut too is a kind of drug when you abuse it. Some, as they are leaving the park, as they are leaving
products at the LMS section of the East-West Road in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Commiserating with the government and people of Rivers State on this strategy, which resulted in the loss of precious lives and property, President Tinubu prayed for the speedy recovery of those injured in the incident. The president, through his media aide Ajiri Ngalale, directed federal agencies and the state to continue liaising with the state government to provide a much-needed immediate support to all victims of the incident. He lauded the phase responders in Rivers State for the bravery and dedication in assisting those affected by the accident, while expressing confidence that stricter safety regulations for the transportation of petroleum products will be implemented to prevent such strategies in the future. 5 Benin traditional functionaries in Edo State have been suspended for their roles for engaging in the sacrilegious conduct against Benin custom. The Benin Traditional Council, who disclosed their suspension in the statement signed by the Iyase of Benin, Chief Sam Igbe, said the affected functionaries visit the Oni of Ife Oba Deyeye Ogunwoshi where they falsely claimed to be emissaries of the Oba of Benin and rendered inaccurate and disjointed accounts of the connection between the Benin royal dynasty and the ownership of life. The council also described the conduct of the functionaries as inappropriate, scrupulous, and calculated to ridicule traditional history and to bring disrupt to Benin custom. The statesman also urged the general public to refrain from having anything to do with them as traditional functionaries in Benin who was shot dead by some members of the Aye Court group, and the police said investigation is ongoing to unravel other issues. Political analyst says Dan Oribe interface with the former governor of Rivers State, now then FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, in 2020, which caused a major influence in Oribe's political career, which is now the anti-PDP leader in Edo State. Speaking on Atlantic Television Open Air, a political analyst Ugo Chukwu Ifeanyi Chukwu said that Oribe political division wasn't a surprise regarding his affiliation with FCT Minister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike.
His value is in Ondo State. If Ayedetiwa and the APC National, you know why I'm calling APC National is that they normally put things on the table. You get this, you get that, you get this, you get that, and everybody says, okay, after that, I did not lose out. If they didn't quickly come and do that, and the types of Ojo, is it Ojo, the former Commissioner for Finance.
In view of the Edo State PDP crisis, Ugo Chukwu Ifeanyi Chukwu further identified that the anti-PDP faction, as led by the then Obi, had resorted against the party following his disapproval of impeachment of former Deputy Governor Shuaibu.
Of Togre, in all those places, they are so learned. Everybody has a professor in their kitchens, in this kind of places. So there is nothing you will tell them. They will only follow what their mind tells them, where they will continue to maintain the peace and the tranquility in that state. But if APC, of course, I don't blame APC because
this is coming following the crisis rocking the Edo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party as another faction emerged within the party ahead of the governorship election in the state. Led by the National Vice Chairman South Dan Obi, the faction said it won't support the governorship ambition of the PDP candidate Asue Igodalo. Some chieftains of the People's Democratic Party who recently resigned from the party in Imo State said they left their opposition party because it was no longer attractive. This is coming shortly after its 98th National Executive Committee meeting held in Abuja on Thursday, 18th April, where the opposition party fell into a wave of controversy following the outcome of the meeting. PDP chieftains that resigned from the party in the state include Chief Emmanuel Okewonru, the immediate past Imo North PDP senatorial candidate, Honorable Solomon Ogumbucholam, a former Imo PDP secretary, Pascal Zoe, a former Warri PDP zonal vice chairman, and Chidi Okoli, as well as others. One of the resigned Imo PDP members, Chief Joseph Nwachukwu, in his letter addressed to the party chairman in Aladimma Ward 1 of Owerri Municipal, said since 2000 he has been in the integral part of the People's Democratic Party and had served the party in different capacities and remained till date the longest-serving LGA chairman of the PDP in Imo State, and regrets recent activities in the party, which has shown that the party is heading to doom and extinction that has a true party man. This goes against my personal belief. Another former chieftains of the party in the state who recently resigned, Chief Chukwu Udi Meyoeze, in his letter addressed to the PDP chairman in Okhaike Ward in the state, said he writes officially to resign from the People's Democratic Party effective from 23rd day of April 2024 due to very personal reasons. Governor of Ebonyi State Francis Nwefer has ordered the immediate release of the People's Democratic Party Publicity Secretary Chima Nwoba from detention. Wofiru, who disclosed this during a holy mass at the government house chapel, Contemporary City in Abakiriki, told the Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Ugozo Ofalia Owali, to temper justice with mercy and consider standing down the case against Chika Nwoba. The governor implored the secretary to the state government, Professor Grace Mezurike, to hail the court ruling regarding Chika Nwoba's bill and obligate by signing a surety to ensure he meets his bail conditions. Nwoba had been in detention since February after writing a petition to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against the Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Ofia Owali, over alleged embezzlement of 3 billion naira meant for empowerment. Suspected offender, simply identified as Aze, has allegedly jumped into a lagoon in Lagos and drowned while trying to avoid arrest by being accused of selling some bags of cement. The spokesperson of the police command in Lagos, SP Benjamin Ondohin, who confirmed this, said the director in charge of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency in Lagos Central reported the case at Ikoyi Police Division. He also said on getting to the scene, he met a large crowd by the waterside watching the lifeless body of a man who had drowned, and the corpse had been evacuated to Mainland General Hospital Mortuary Yoba for autopsy and preservation. Lagos State Police Command says an investigation has commenced into the death of a man identified as chairman of Victoria Garden City in the Lekki area of Lagos State. Reacting to the post by an ex-user, Deji Lambo, who tweeted that its 42-year-old man, Jehan Ibelu, was found unconscious in a C30 304 metric car, dead. The command spokesperson Benjamin Honduyan confirmed the incident via his ex-handle, saying investigation has commenced into the matter. Meanwhile, he was pronounced dead at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital and his body was deposited in a hospital morgue, and the case was reported to the police for an investigation to commence to ascertain the circumstances surrounding Mbolu's death. Minister of Work, Senator Dave Umahi says stalling demolition, declaring coastal highway project. He disclosed this in Lagos during the flag up of the demolition of the section of the landmark bridge, the Mami Chula Bridge Lifestyle, to give way to the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Omai began the demolition after they inspected kilometers 13, 16 and 20 to ensure the most economical and viable ways to access the coastal road without such much damage, adding that the demolition was necessary since the landmark center was located on federal government right-of-way. He stressed that the number of structures would be affected by the demolition, adding that the compensation would be provided. The minister, who acknowledged that some people were opposed to the project, insisted that it was necessary for the economic development and assured those affected by the demolition that they would be adequately compensated, adding that documentation would start between May 2nd and May 3rd. Returning officer for the All Progressives Congress during April 20 governorship primaries in Ward 10 of Akoko South West local government area of Ondo State, Alaba Abe, popularly known as Excel, has been killed by unknown gunmen. The incident took place on Saturday night around 9 p.m. in front of the deceased residence in Sopere Akoko within his council area. Eyewitness said the assassin ambushed the deceased as he was about to enter his house and fatally shot him. Kayode Fasua, the director of information of the Loki Ayeda Toa campaign organization Foot Soldiers, who confirmed the killing, called on the police authorities to ensure the safety and security of its members against any potential threat from political opponents. According to Fasua, the late Alaba Abba was a dedicated and resourceful coordinator who campaigned tirelessly for the success of the election and the emergencies of Governor Loki Aida Toa, while the public relations officers in the state Fumilayo Abdulami Amisaya said the investigation has commenced to apprehend those behind the murder. Candidates of People's Democratic Party have won all the chairmanship position in 33 local government areas in Saturday's local government election in Oyo State. The Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission conducted the election on Saturday and on Sunday declared PDP candidates as winners of the election in all the 33 local government areas. The results were announced at Oyo State's office in Ibadan, the state capital. Osun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has advised the church to redeem society by upholding core family values. The governor disclosed this while he declared open the third section of 16th Node of the Church of Nigerian Anglican Communion Egba Diocese held at Onikoloba, Abeokuta. Abiodun, who was represented at the event by the head of service, Mr. Kennedy Onasanya, blamed the decay in society on poor parenting and urged the need for the godly parenting to ensure stability and justice in society, adding that the family is the smallest political unit in any settings, and concluded that political mobilization starts with the family as the determinant of peace and stability in any nation. He also said the society is facing this serious challenge regarding the management of poor parenting as a result of their lackadaisical disposition and the absence of divine guidance on the part of parents in the course of building a home. Also speaking, the Alake of Egbalan Oba Adedotun Badebo said the theme of the Noid godly parenting, the panacea for rescuing and designated society from gloom and doom, was loaded as parents must make concerted effort to train their children properly in order not to be put to shame, as exemplified in the Bible by Prophet Eli, who children brought shame and dishonor to him. Police in Ekiti State has arrested a man, Ben Shedrack, while attempting to snatch a bike from a commercial motorcycle rider. The Commissioner of Police Ekiti Command, Mr. Adeyran Akenwale, said the suspect was nabbed by men over your divisional police headquarters in collaboration with some residents of Trinity Hostel area along Egbe Road, Oye Ekiti, on Thursday. A statement by the State Police Public Relations Officer Sunday Abutu said investigation revealed that the suspect and his fluent gang members specialize in snatching motorcycles from innocent motorcyclists within Oye Ekiti, but ran out of luck on 25th April 2024. The statement also said in the course of an investigation, two commercial motorcycle riders who earlier reported a case of their motorcycles came and identified and arrested suspect as one of the two-man gang that snatched their motorcycles on 2nd April and 22nd April respectively. Police said during interrogation the suspect confessed to the commission of the crime and said that the fleeing suspect was his leader in the unlawful business of snatching motorcycles, adding that the boat came from Benin, Edo State, and started the unlawful business in November 2023. Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are commending the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike on the project of transformation to fulfill the hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The FCT Minister Nyesom Wike received the accolade when on inspection during road construction in Abuja and satellite town across the 6 areas council of FCT. Atlantic Television Network correspondent Joseph Moses viewed the achievements of Barrister Nyesom Wike for the few months he has been in office.
The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is gradually taking shape, fulfilling the promises made to transform Abuja, courtesy the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike. Barrister Wike has consistently inspecting roads, bridges in Abuja City, and satellite towns in all area councils of FCT, including the renovation of the International Conference Center, Abuja. Wike again has drastically reduced insecurity in Abuja by providing motorcycles to security agencies in order to fight insecurity in the rural areas across all area councils. Atlantic Television Network gets the views of Abuja residents on the new development so far.
I think with the question you've just thrown, Wike actually, let me say his noble work does not only start from FCT here. He started his work from River State, which he is popularly known as Mr. Project. Actually, he's coming on board in FCT. A lot of road infrastructure has changed. The abandoned projects are all reawakening. And we can see it, even the blind can feel the sounds of some of these bulldozers, the graders and all of that. I think it has been up and doing. Actually, road has been ongoing on constructions, and the networking has been, a turnaround situation. I think nobody who lives in the FCT or comes in to do one or two things will say he is not feeling the impact. He has been very noble in that aspect. Actually, the man is a man that we should all applaud for. If it has been like this for the past years, I don't think Abuja would have been like this. So he has actually done the needful, even at this stage. I think we believe that he's the only person who can redeem us when it comes to road infrastructure in Abuja.
Actually, the FCT minister is trying his best, because if you can see inside the town, everywhere is being tied. He is working hard to make sure that he keep the FCT clean. Actually, in terms of security, the minister is trying, because like my own area, we have been battling with all these area boys, all these bad boys. But within this short period of a time now, at least we are not facing all these challenges again. Yes, at least much pressure has reduced. We are not passing through all these difficulties in terms of in the night. You'll be hearing people knocking at the door, beating here and there. At least it has reduced for now.
Actually, we give him credit for that, because it has been long. Abuja have not gotten a minister like him. He have been doing marvelous in time of construction and security wise, because before he come into power, or before he was appointed as a minister, some of the roads that are under construction in Abuja have been abandoned. But now, almost all, with even the one that have not been touched before he came in, he is constructing them, of which almost everybody is happy with it. And in time of security-wise, they have done well, because the more you open roads, the more the security will be tight. Some of those hoodlums, they will not like roads to be opened, because they need a chocked up place so that they will perform their bad habits. So with what yes, Winke, in fact, actually
is going on, looking at development that we have encountered in Abuja, and it's looking like a promising future. That there are things that are coming to be better for Abuja residents and citizens. But I don't want to be too hopeful, because we are not really sure if it's Wike or if it's the local government chairmen or people that are in that, or the leaders in that actually segment. But if it is Wike or also the leaders that are under him, it shows that maybe he's an active leader. It shows that he's an active leader, or he's also a leader that actually is pushing people under him to do better. So let's just be hopeful to see what comes out of this project, because it's even a long overdue project. It has been long overdue. But let's just be hopeful that Wike does something better.
Joseph Moses, Atlantic Television Network.
Nigerian Air Force says that there was a strong evidence that the terrorists responsible for the recent attack on the troops of the Nigerian Army at Basa in Niger State have been eliminated by the airstrike. A statement by NAF spokesperson Air Vice Marshal Edward Wawat said the terrorists were also responsible for the multiple improved explosive device incidents along the Pandogari-Alawa Road within the same local government area. Gabwat said the strike were carried out on Saturday, April 27th by the air component of the Operation Wari Punch as military operation against bandits and terrorists in the North Central. According to the NFS spokesperson, the strike were executed at a long stronghold of the notorious terrorist kingpin, popularly known as Malamuma, and several others commanders located in the Alawal forest area. Former Benue Governor Gabriel Sowan has criticized the establishment of state police, declaring that Nigeria would go down if governors had such powers. He supported the Inspector General of Police and argued that the governors will use the outfit to deal with political components. He recalled that the native police in then northern areas was disbanded because of its attributes and misuse of power, and expressed fear about where the state will be recruited and the state police men from. So one opted for community policing to help local settlements monitor the movement of people in and around their areas and urged the government to fund the police force properly and give them model tools to fight crime in the society. He urged the National Assembly to look at the ideas critically and place national interests above the desires of state governors. Group focus on peace building and the reduction of violence clash among farmers and herders in Adamawa State, known as Peace Architecture Dialogues, has called for the adoption of state policing. The chairman of PAD, Vidon Joliet, who disclosed this, said its intervention has immensely contributed to reducing violence clash involving farmers. Chairman of Gombe State Independent Electoral Commission, Saidu Shedu, who announced the results, said the APC won all 11 local government areas, including Koltongo and Shogogon, where it was unopposed. According to Shegu, while collating and announcing the election results, only 5 out of 19 registered political parties participated in the election, including the APC People's Democratic Party, Accord Party, Zenith Labour Party, and Young Progressives Party. Governor Mohamudu Yahaya, who voted at the Yahaya Omar poll unit, all 10 urged defeated candidates to support the winners and form a united front. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum says it has concluded plan to convert the State Pilgrims Welfare Board to the Commission. Zulum, who disclosed this in Madugri, the state capital, said the decision would ensure accountability and transparency in government spending. He spoke while inaugurating the state's 21 members Arch Committee chaired by the Senator Kaka Lawan. The governor said establishing the commission will reduce government's spending and ensure more accountability and transparency, while assuring that the committee will improve the welfare of pilgrims during the 2024 Arch exercise and charge the committee members to work diligently towards meeting the expectations of pilgrims. Responding, the committee's chairman Lawan urged the committee members to consider the assignment a serious job involving issues of welfare safety and the logistics involved the Medugri to Saudi Arabia and returning from the country, and also expressed gratitude to Zulums for finding them worthy and assuring him of delivering on the task given to them. Former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, says the northern governors' recent United States trips to discuss insecurity in the region expose their ignorance of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Lamido said embarking on such a journey to discuss insecurity, which he said is a matter on an exclusive legislative list, shows the substance of governors and advised them to emerge on issues which are on exclusive legislative lists such as security, defending the trip Kaduna State Governor Malam Deko Humaru rather said the meeting was part of effort to find a lasting solution to Nigerian security challenges through international collaborations, while Lamidos disagrees, saying having a summit on the issues the governors have not fully grasped, adding that many of their citizens still lack basic amenities. He also said even if the governors were also serious about having a lecture on security, they would have approached the National Institute for Policy and Strategy Studies in Kuru or the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria in Badagry to get more insight. The former governor, however, blamed the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the National Intelligence Agency for failing to properly guide the governors. You are watching Transition on Atlantic Television Network. We return after this break.
From the line across the ocean.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of our stories. Senate Committee on Constitution Review says the Senate working with the House of Rep on Constitution Review. This is coming after the 10th Senate on February 14 constituted a 45 members committee to review and amend the 1999 Constitution 8 months after its resumption. The Senate's President, Godswill Akpabio, at the inauguration said the Deputy Senate President, Barrows Jibrin, would chair the committee, while the Senate leader, Okoyemi Bamidele, would be the Deputy Chairman. The Senate President also said the 1999 Constitution needed a review because it contained many issues that needed to be put right, and a week after the inauguration, the committee had an inaugural meeting where it set a 24-month deadline. Also at the inaugural meeting, the committee chairman, Barrows, said observations raised by members would be used as a roadmap in the workings of the committee. Democratic Fund says the People's Democratic Party has no moral right and justification to advise President Bola Tinubu on governance or arrogates it to itself the magic wand to rescue the nation's economic, having plugged into runs for 16 years. A statement signed by the National Dan Jumas Mohammed and Secretary Wale Adedayo, who reacted the community issues by the PDP at the end of its National Executive Committee meeting, argued that the country has still not recovered from the mindless plundering of the economic in the PDP's years. The group said if the party's NEC has limited itself to its desperate but unrealistic bid to unify the dilapidated structures of the deeply divided political party, which the PDP has become, that community would not attract better attention, adding that the subsidiarity and the manner of NEC members exhibited pretentious insensitivity, equated its national pre-money for those lengthy years was expected to display remorse and responsibility on matters of economic revitalization and statecraft. Tinubu Media Support Group has advised the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, to regard the advice of the Attorney General of Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, and submit itself to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Court of Law. According to the group, it has become necessary for Bello to clear himself of allegations of financial malfeasance while in office. A statement issued and jointly signed by its chairman, Emeka Nwakpa, and Secretary Dapo Okubanjo, the group described the standoff between the former governor and EFCC as unnecessary, saying it is an affront on effort on the sanctity of the law and the integrity of President's war against corruption. The group says as the esteemed member of the APC, Bello has non-governmental organization Muslim Media Watch Group of Nigeria has condemned prison stakeholders in the country over instant jailbreaks, which it says are putting innocent lives at great risk. The group says that jailbreaks are becoming rampant because of the poor maintenance of Nigerian prison and advocated for the concrete steps to stem the tide. The state member is National Coordinator Alhaji Ibrahim Abdullahi. The group said that jailbreaks are condemnable because they are capable of jeopardizing innocent lives and even properties. He also called for some in all parts of the country, saying it is unfashionable to locate prison inside city centers. And now to business reports. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said the fuel subsidy removal and foreign exchange liberation policies has put Nigeria at the forefront of economic growth. In a statement by Ajuri Ngelale, presidential spokesperson, he said Tinubu has highlighted this during a high-level panel section at the World Economic Forum, WEF, special meeting on global collaboration, growth and energy for development in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on Sunday. Ngelale quoted the president as saying that he had to take tough but essential decisions like removing fuel subsidy, which is attendance Paris, to reposition Nigeria's economy. Tinubu explained that the government under his leadership managed the nation's currency and effectively removed corruption-laden arbitrage. Recall that in June last year, Tinubu's administration removed subsidies on petrol and liberalized the fixed market. The government has led to soar inflation in Nigeria, which stood at 33.20% in March, and currency inflation. Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, says the current scarcity of petroleum motor spirit, PMS, popularly called petrol, may last 2 weeks more. The public relations officer of IPMAN, Chinedu Okadike, stated this on Sunday while reacting to the lingering scarcity of products as it spread to many states. Okadike told reporters on Sunday that the product is currently not available in the country, saying it is a challenge sourcing it because most refineries in Europe are undergoing turnaround maintenance. Okadike also blamed the acute scarcity of the product on importation bottleneck and the pace at which the Nigerian mainstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authority renewed marketers' license. Reports confirm that transportation in many cities, including the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, and Lagos State, have been grounded following the lingering fuel scarcity issues. Some fuel stations have shut down while others are accused of holding the products, causing persistent queue in stations and are dispensing. Still ahead, international tidbits. Many people were arrested at the college campus across the U.S. as students protest against the war in Gaza. Green Party presidential candidate Joe Stein was among those detained by police, and protesters are demanding institution by court companies and individuals with ties to issues, while some Jewish students have complained about alleged anti-Semitism from some demonstrators. A spokesperson for Ms. Stein said she was among those to leave to have been arrested at the Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, while the Green Party presidential candidate was not currently believed to be facing charges. California State Polytechnic became the latest to announce it would move to remote teaching, while the protests have seen in-person teaching council and graduation ceremonies postponed. At Northeastern University in Boston, over 100 protesters were arrested for trespassing by the Massachusetts State Police after refusing to clear their tents from college grounds. Aggrieved citizens want tougher law on violence against women across Australia in response to the wave of recent violence against women. The demonstrators said they want gender-based violence to be declared a national emergency and stricter laws put into place to stop it. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said the issue was a national crisis, adding that in Australia, women are killed on average of every 4 days. Responding to calls by protesters for violence against women to be classified as a national emergency, Albanese said the classification was normally used during the flood or bushfire to release a temporary injection of cash. But Australia's Federal Attorney General Mark Defuse has rejected holding a royal commission into gender-based violence and had repeatedly called gender-based violence an epidemic, but it is not new. Adding that in 2021, march took place across the country over allegation of sexual misconduct within the government, while in all 27 women have been killed in the first 119 days of 2024, following data compiled by the campaign group. Manchester United manager Eric Ten Hag has pleaded for patience after it was confirmed that the team won't finish in Premier League's top 4. United won 1 draw at home with Berlin on Saturday, and Aston Villa's 2-2 draws with Chelsea meant Ten Hag's men can finish no higher than 5th this season. It is draw from last season when the Red Devils finished 3rd and qualified for the Champions League. Samuel Nwachukwueze against Juventus on Saturday. Chukwueze has impressed in recent outing for the Rossoneri. The Nigerian international was expected to be named in the starting line-up against the Besonri Puli. However, named him among the substitutes to the surprise of many. The Italian has said they has often had to sacrifice Chukwueze for a midfielder. And now to entertainment news. Grammy-winning Nigerian singer Ayedo J. Balogun, popularly known as Wizkid, has hit hard at music executive Don Jazzy while reacting to shed fire at him by the Marvin signee Lapido. The rapper signed to Don Jazzy's label recently mocked Wizkid for his controversial hip-hop is dead statements. Nigerian singer Divine Ikobo, popularly known as Rema, has issued a warning to record labels that are copying his style and branding their artists in the same way. The singer has hinted that some record labels are trying to model their artists after him and are imitating his music style and overall brand. Rema urged record labels to be more creative and stop trying to call him. And that's the size